I would break the goal down this way. Number one, you mentioned the other four goals. Really, our goal is to support the other four so that they have the resources needed to complete those goals. And this, basically, we had determined that 20% of our annual budget should be a target for us each year. And that was based on research of what other schools have achieved on a consistent basis, and we thought that was something we could achieve. In the past, we missed on some great opportunities because we were dependent upon others to help us with those opportunities, and that assistance didn't always present itself. So we made the conscious decision a couple of years ago to make sure that we were able to seek resources where we controlled our own destiny along those lines. So, for example, over 2 years ago, there was about $10 million in funding specifically for charter schools, specifically for schools like ours, and we were unable to get it just because we weren't prepared. So we have prepared ourselves. We have done everything we can to make sure that going forward, we're ready and available. So in terms of the community, interesting, a year ago, when we first officially approved this particular strategic plan, there was about $7 million in money available from private companies and whatnot, and another $10 million available from government grants. And fortunately, because we were prepared and ready, we found other ways to meet our goal for this year. So the 20%, the $3 million, we came up with that by being creative. So going forward, what we really need is, with our lab and space needs and our commitment to provide the most opportunities for our students and faculty, we just naturally need extra funding. And over the last 10 years or so, we built our labs, and we've reached a point where some of that equipment and resources really needs updates in order to keep our kids at the cutting edge and growing with their opportunities. I hope we continue with our targets. It was interesting. We first voiced this goal that, hey, we want to come up with $3 million a year in support of our school. And 2 years ago, we ended up with a grant to assist the school with events that happened 2 years ago. And that was $3 million. So defining that a little bit more closely, we thought we really need $3 million or 20% of our revenue to come from outside PPP, per pupil revenue. And so oddly enough, we did that. This year we lost $3 million in revenue from the school district, from the state, and we made that up. We made it up in 3 different ways. One was with the PPP loan, which supported $2 million of that. We also had the CARES Act and a number of other grants. And the board took a step of refinancing and purchasing a building, and just that purchase and refinance saved us almost $500,000. So we came up with the $3 million, probably different than how we had planned, but we came up with it. So this year it's more important than ever for us to come up with another $3 million to make sure that we continue with everything that we have going on at STEM, that we support our staff, that we support our students and our community. There's even more opportunities now, so we just need to take advantage of it. Well, I think my hope is that we've formed the habits of seeking that additional funding to support our school, and that there are systems in place to make it happen, and that there are other leaders, other parents, and faculty and administrators who have stepped up and said, hey, we want to be part of that, and this is what we're doing to keep that moving forward. If you have those connections or the opportunity to make introductions for us, we would love that. Anyone we've ever talked to in the community, whether it's in the private sector or in the government, once they actually see what we have going on here at the school, they're blown away, and they want to help. And in fact, sometimes they're pretty insistent that they're going to help us. So, and we want to embrace that, and we're ready for that kind of help now.